All right, good evening. This is the August 7th, 2024 Cottage Grove City Council meeting, which I'm calling to order. The first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So will the clerk please do the roll?
Councilmember Kambata?
Here.
Councilmember Olson?
Here.
Councilmember Thiede?
Here.
Councilmember Garza?
Here.
Mayor Bailey?
Here. Next on our agenda is open forum. This is the opportunity for anybody in the public that wants to speak on something that's not on tonight's agenda. Being that we're looking at, other than our staff, we're looking at an empty chamber, and nobody did sign up, so I'm going to go ahead and just close open forum, and we'll move to number 5, which is adoption of the agenda.
Move the agenda. Second.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Olson, second by Councilmember Thiede. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 6 is presentations. There aren't on this evening. 7, we'll move to consent. Is there anything council would like to poll on consent?
Item I.
All right, Councilmember Kambata, item I. Anything else, council? All right, so item I, Councilmember Kambata, is accepting donations.
Yeah, so we've got a donation for a memorial bench for a high school colleague of mine, Catherine Olson. So, in the amount of $1,500, and then Justin Olson kicked in an extra $2,000 for a total of $3,500. So, I think that'll be a great memorial.
Fantastic. All right. And was there another one on there? Did I miss one or no?
No, it was just those two for a total of $3,500.
3,500, okay. All right. Sounds good. So thank you, obviously, and it's always awesome to get those benches added throughout the community. Obviously, I've had the opportunity to have one for my father, as well as other people in the council here too. So seeing no other items were pulled on consent, I will then look for a motion to approve consent.
I'll motion to approve consent.
All right, so I have a motion by Councilmember Kambata. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Garza. Any other discussions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 8, moving right along here. 8 is approve disbursement or pay the bills.
Move the bills.
We have a motion by Councilmember Olson.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thiede. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, now we're going to move to number 9, which is a public hearing. There's one public hearing this evening, and it's the Mississippi Landing Easement Vacation and Plat Correction. And Emily Schmitz, our Community Development Director, is going to walk us through this minor change.
I am. Good evening, Mayor, council members. Like you mentioned, minor change. So as you all recall, May of this year, you did review and approve the final plat, the first phase final plat for the Mississippi Landing development on that former golf course. So I've noted the location that we're, the location that we're I'm not even gonna try that, that we're referencing. The developer has been working with an adjacent property owner on what I've called kind of a historic property line adjustment. So where that property owner had anticipated his lot line was, it perhaps was not. So developer worked to adjust. It's about between 4 and 6 feet along about 5 properties that were platted in the Mississippi Landing development. So with that 10-foot rear yard easement that we always see in those backyards of newly platted lots needs to be vacated and then adjusted to align with that new property line, which will come with just a plat correction. So we don't have to adjust the plat completely or review or approve a new plat. It's simply just a plat correction that the county will record and adjust that property line, like I said, between 4 and 6 feet along those 5 properties. So the recommendation before you, 3 actions needed. I am here if there are additional questions.
All right, thank you. Any questions at this point? Obviously a minor deal. All right, to be official, I will go ahead and open the public hearing, and not seeing anybody in the audience to speak for or against this item, I am going to now close the public hearing, and I'll look for somebody.
I'll
Go ahead.
move to adopt resolution 2024-112, vacating, rescinding, terminating, and releasing certain easements.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Thiede. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Second by Councilmember Kambata. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And then who would like to take number 3?
I'll take it. We would like to authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign the land surveyor's certificate of plats or corrections for Mississippi Landing First Edition.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Garza. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Councilmember Kimbata. All those in favor then signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right, thank you, Emily. Next is bid awards. There aren't in this evening. 11 is regular agenda. There's no items on our regular agenda. 12 is already down to council comments and requests very quickly today. So I'll start with Councilmember Kimbata.
I don't want to steal anyone's thunder on Night to Unite, so I'll abstain. But great show last night. I had a lot to eat.
That was good. All right, that was it for you?
That's it.
All right, Councilmember Olson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to ask our Public Safety Director, Pete Kerner, if he would mind stepping forward to talk a little bit about Night to Unite last night. I know that there was a lot of energy in the community last night, a lot of fun. It was a beautiful night weather-wise for us. And obviously a lot of work went into planning all of the various parties by our public safety team. So I'll turn it over to our Public Safety Director, Pete Kerner, to kind of give everyone a recap of how things went.
Well, I'm going to go a long time because I have a bet on how long this meeting was going to go, so thank you for giving me the opportunity. No, in all seriousness, it was an incredible night. This is the first year in a while that I can remember that the weather was tolerable. We didn't have the heat and everything, so we had the noon outs. We had a couple extra daytime events. We had about 50 parties, which was incredible. It was kind of neat this year too. We had 2 local businesses participated, Chuck and Don's. They've done it for a while. They're a big supporter of our canine. And the Dollar Tree next door did it too. So it's kind of cool to see the businesses. So we're trying to come up with ideas on how we can expand that. Some, whether they do a sale for, that night or something just to get more people. So, but yeah, 50 parties. Each of you, I know, we're out with our staff. I don't like to thank too many people because I'll forget them, but Charlene Raymond really does a lot with the organization of this event, taking the applications and getting us in the right spots. And, a big shout out to our public safety board too. They were out last night too with our fire department, and they do some different contests and everything. So I could talk on and on about what a great event, but we appreciate your support. And I can tell you when I went, I tried to solicit like negatives, like what can we do better? And everyone, they're really positive about public safety and the community in general. So it was a lot of fun. I was with the mayor, so they never asked me about speeders or they want to know what developments or when is a certain restaurant, but it's very entertaining and fun. And wow, the food is incredible. And I took mental notes from the other crews on which ones I have to hit next year too. So, but thank you for the opportunity, but it was just a phenomenal event, so
Yeah, I
thank
agree.
you.
I thought it was just a ton of fun. I had the opportunity to travel with Sergeant Schoen and his daughter Addie, who took a lot of great pictures for us, and then our city administrator Jennifer Levitt, who consistently reminded us that we needed to stop for the barbecue at a specific church in town, and it was well worth the wait. But
And we did not mock her Frisbee throwing abilities
I
either,
would
so.
never do that.
Yeah.
Not in a million years, not at
Yeah.
all. But I will tell you that the comments out at all the various parties were all very positive. I mean, Jennifer and I were asking, what do you need from us? What can we do? Other than a couple of code enforcement concerns that were brought my way. I don't know, Jennifer, did you have anything that came your way? Really a nice evening. So thank you to you and your team for coordinating. I know you mentioned Charlene. I know Ryan Pierre and
Yep.
Mike McCormick were very involved. I know you personally were also very involved, and you'd never take credit for that. But you guys continue to knock it out of the park, and I think everyone who had a party was really happy to see, whether it was police or fire or both, or even one of us thinking politicians. It was a good night. So a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right,
That's it for me, Mayor.
sounds good. Councilmember Thiede?
I guess I'll just also say that, I was out with Captain Rizal, and he was talking a lot about the, people can sign up for the doorbell deal to bring all their doorbell information or something for better safety and so forth. And And he was doing a good job, probably doing better than I was in terms of getting out the word for the
Local option sales tax?
yeah, well, yeah, I was thinking our coin, the keywords that we were supposed to remember. But, yeah, the local option sales tax and
Preserve, play,
how it's a really good deal. You know, all the kids loved the little candies and you know, they gave the cards to their parents and so forth that was attached to the candy and so it was a beautiful night to be out. There was a lot of people out and having a good time and I would agree they're you know, talking to people about things. I didn't really have anybody that was really upset with anything. So, kudos.
Cool. All right. Councilmember Garza.
Well, I suppose I'll stick to the theme. It was an amazing evening in the community. I had a great time. Everyone was so inviting and welcoming, and the food was awesome, and the noon outs were a lot of fun. Had a lot of great conversations at those. Those were a lot of fun. And then I got to meet a lot of my neighbors. I was with Officer McCormick, and we sort of did my neighborhood, and everyone, they're like, come on back over, come check out my garden. So I'm so excited to go walk my neighborhood and stop at these gardens.
Now, you had a party last year,
And this year.
They have one this
and
year.
this year too?
Oh, yeah.
But
We
you
had-
also got to go to parties this year.
This year was amazing. I got
Yeah.
to visit him, and then I was back at home in time to get the movies going, so we had a movie in the cul-de-sac. So it was fun.
Fantastic. Well, just finishing up that then, but I did have fun. I will comment, though, I know Councilmember Thede was mentioning about handing the candy with little cards for Preserve, Play, Prosper out. I actually did it the opposite way, as Pete knows. I actually just went around to all the parents and say, okay, pick. I just had them pick out the bag, and as
I did too.
they were digging for what kind of candy they wanted, then I just mentioned, you know, go to the website, check it out, and again, I will just tell you, I mean, I hope what we heard out there will actually happen, in my personal opinion, but I didn't hear anybody telling me that they were against it. There were questions about different pieces, and, oh, this is great, we need this. So I'm just telling you, I think overall it was a very, very good evening. Excuse me. So other than that, that's it for council comments and requests. For the public, at home at least, there is 2 workshops afterwards this evening. One is open to the public, and we're going to be going over our 2025-2029 capital improvements plan. And then there'll be a 14, which is a workshop which is closed to the public, and that is regarding labor negotiation discussions. And I'll just say it in here on the TV. That will be closed pursuant to Minnesota Statute 13D.03 to consider strategies for labor negotiations. And once we're finished in there, then we'll adjourn the meeting. So with that, everybody have a great evening, and council will meet in the conference room in a few minutes.